Oh, Dad, oh, Dad, oh, Dad.
This morning, Andrew Breitbart had collapsed in front of his home at the age of 43 from natural causes. He was a notorious political blogger, a notorious conservative talking head, basically just a person that was very well known for his very controversial opinions and the way he carried them out. Now, a lot of people are having a very wide spectrum of emotions and expressions of those emotions regarding this man's death. And some conservatives had essentially decided to get all angry and upset, stating, where is the compassion of the left? These people, this man died, he left behind a wife and 4 kids. Why are people so glad he's dead, and why are they being blah, 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 blah? And so I kind of want to help my conservative friends understand the reason for these reactions and why some folks are a little less than empathetic towards Andrew Breitbart. Now, Andrew Breitbart, for the most part, was not a nice human being. He was not. He basically made his career creating controversy and creating division and hatred between American citizens, between American citizens, just because of party politics. He was one of those people that insisted on doing anything possible to spread his brand of ideology at the expense of the truth, at the expense of honesty, at the expense of integrity, at the expense of anything even remotely connected to human behavior. Now, he may have been a great husband and a good dad, and, I extend my condolences to his family in the hopes that eventually they will mourn his loss and that eventually they will get better. But as far as the man Andrew Breitbart is concerned, I really don't feel any compassion for him because the man has never done anything compassionate in his entire life, to my knowledge. That essentially his political career, his career as a, I'm not even going to call him a journalist, he was an entertainer. Okay? His career as an entertainer, as an opinion person, for the most part, was not good. And he was a very vile and despicable human being. And if you're going to act like a vile and despicable human being, people are not going to be sad to see you go. Now, his wife probably will, and his kids are, because like I said, for all I know, he could have been a really great husband and father. And I'm speaking about how he was perceived by the American public, at least those of us who are center to left. And looking at his life, it's easy to see why some folks would be less than sad to see him go. You see, this brings me to a point I actually wanted to make. Whitney Houston was a singer. She had her problem with drugs. She had her issues with a bad marriage and a bad relationship. But overall, people were sad to see Whitney Houston go because she was a very talented human being. But not only a very talented human being, she had her heart in the right place. She gave back to her community. She did whatever she could to help her fellow man not only advance and grow, but she did her best to spread the concept of joy and happiness, which is a very different message than Andrew Breitbart gave during his public career. If you want people to be sad you're gone, why not try being a decent human being? Why not start doing things with your heart in the right place? Why not actually try to make people's lives better instead of trying to stir up hatred and dissent and venom and vileness and all of this other stuff? But if you don't care about people missing you when you're gone, maybe you can continue doing what you've been doing, but don't get upset when somebody is like, oh, I'm glad he's dead. One less problem for humanity to worry about, because if you go around acting like a total dick to people, it comes back to bite you in the end. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the whole matter. This is Dumonk the Artist signing off. Slanchini Falcha. Have a nice day.
Won't you spare me over another?